Endless love. How can I express my feelings correctly? I have mixed feelings about this movie. It was, I don't know, it was very mediocre, but at the same time I enjoyed it. It wasn't a bad movie, that's for sure, and it wasn't a great movie either, so I guess it's in the middle. Um, I just I have a problem with these movies where it's just a love story that isn't realistic at all. I felt like they were going for a Notebook vibe and it didn't work because the Notebook was actually much better. And I just the whole premise to me was ridiculous because I never bought into it. And it's about a girl and a guy that meet after graduation and spend the summer together, and she needs to leave for an internship. And she wants to be a doctor, so it's a very prestigious medical school and everything. And, you know, it's basically set up in the way that for 4 years in high school, she's never talked to anybody. She doesn't have any friends, she never went out, she never did anything. And this guy has been looking at her for 4 years and he never had the courage to ask her out. And then he just asked her out. I mean, he certainly didn't seem like he had any issues talking to her. He didn't seem like he was shy or nervous, and there was absolutely no awkwardness between them. And even though she didn't have any friends for 4 years, she just decided to go out with some random guy who stole a car and told her, hey, let's go for a ride. And she was like, yeah, okay. I didn't buy into that. I mean, those were the first 10 minutes of it, and I was like, okay, this is, no. So right from the start, it was not plausible to me. If she was so awkward and introverted throughout those 4 years, really, she just went off with some strange guy, and then he liked her for 4 years and he always wanted to talk to her and he never did. Why? He didn't have any trouble talking to her after school ended. What the fuck was his problem? So, um, endless love. Endless love. I don't know. I didn't buy into it. I didn't buy into the story, and it wasn't interesting to me after this beginning, which was very rocky. Um, the acting was alright. There was no chemistry between them. I mean, there was just nothing there. I didn't buy for a second that they were together. They were more like brother and sister than anything else. And the kisses between them were a bit awkward and um, no, really no chemistry at all. And the girl, Gabriella Wilde, she's the girl in Squatters that I liked, and I did not like her in this movie as much. I just didn't like the characters. I didn't like him because he was just bizarre to me. And then she was so strange. It's like you spend your whole life at home with your parents, and then suddenly you don't. I don't get that. I don't think, no, I don't think it was very realistic. And I think this was just a love story just for the sake of a love story. And I don't like that. I'm not a fan of romantic movies. Um, I like romance if it's actually warranted. If there's a reason for the romance, I'm okay with it. But a movie, I mean, I should have known. It's called Endless Love. I should have known. And the trailer is very misleading, by the way. I would not recommend seeing the trailer for this movie because it makes it seem like it's so much more. And I loved the trailer. It was done so well. There was absolutely like no music in it. It was really quiet with these beautiful shots because it was shot well, I think. And it looked beautiful and it looked sort of mysterious, almost as if something bad was gonna happen. And then it wasn't like that at all. And really the best part of the whole movie was, and I remember this, I actually took notes, it was 30 minutes in, and there was a little montage with a song playing, and I'm gonna put the link in the description. There was a little montage of them spending 10 days together because she needed to leave for medical school, whatever. So he was like, okay, you have to leave, we're gonna make the best out of those 10 days we have. And that was the best part of the movie, that little 2-minute montage, because they were actually together and happy and a couple, and they were spending time with the families, and they were having fun, and it looked great, it was shot great, and the song went great with it. And I'm gonna put a link in the description of the song with a music video for the movie, because it's not the original song, it's a remix used in the movie, and they made like a little video with clips of it and everything. And that clip is better than the movie, so just watch that if you're not interested. It's a nice song, it fit the vibe, I guess. And I mean, those 2 minutes were the best part, so I would say just watch those 2 minutes and that's that, because I don't think it was worth it. And then the other best part was the brother. The girl's brother, the actor who I don't remember his name right now, and I don't want to look it up. He was the guy from The Purge, and he seems to be popping up everywhere. And you know, at first he was a bit creepy. At first I didn't know what to think about him. He just has that face where it's like he's gonna play some bad guys, you know, that sort of like Nick Stahl, who's gonna come up later. I really loved him in this movie. He was actually awesome in it. He played such a lovable character. He played the brother, and he was there with his girlfriend, and he was like, you know, I'm glad my sister found someone, and he was really nice, and I really felt bad for him, the way the father treated him. And the father's obviously an asshole, because there has to be, you know, one of the parents has to be against the love, and it was so done and so seen and so cliche and just not that well made. And yeah, the brother was the best part. And then one other really bizarre thing was, you know, the whole premise is that she spent those 4 years at home because her brother died. She had another brother, you know, with 3 kids. She had an older brother who died, and I don't even know how he died. I don't think they even mentioned how he died. And, you know, he's supposed to have a presence in the house and in the family, and he's supposed to still be there, and that's why they can't really move on. But it didn't feel like that way at all. No one even mentioned him. No one even said anything about him, and no one really cared that he was dead, even though they were trying to pretend that that's why they can't move on. It was really bizarre. It was not well set up. I guess that's my problem with the movie, the whole setup. Because from the get-go, it's implausible. Implausible is that word? I just made that up. Whatever. I just don't buy it. I don't buy these random love stories that just happen because they need to happen, and you know, we've known each other for 3 hours and now we're hopelessly in love and I'm gonna give up everything for you, you know. My medical scholarship that I've worked for since the 1st grade, and I want to be a doctor, and this is why I stayed home for 4 years, so I can study for this. You know what, I'm gonna give that up because I had a great time with you these 3 days. I just don't know. I don't like that at all. And then the end was, it was getting really ridiculous by the end. I mean, freaking court orders were involved. I don't even want to say what the end was. So yeah, I would not recommend this movie. I guess, I mean, if you just like a love story for the sake of a love story, I guess it's okay, but not even their chemistry was good, I don't think. They just didn't seem like they should be together, and they didn't seem like they were good for each other, and that's it. I don't recommend this movie. If you want to see the 2-minute clip in the movie, it's 30 minutes in, and that was the best part. And I'm gonna put a link in the description with the song and the video, and you can watch that. And watch the trailer, because the trailer was well made. But just keep in mind that the movie's completely different, and that's that. So yeah, Endless Love, not that good, not that good. I guess I had mixed feelings when I was watching it and when I was gonna review it, and then after reviewing it, they're not that mixed anymore. So yeah, Endless Love, just don't do that. I'll put the link in the description. Just watch that.